welcome to the Tech Life Well podcast. We're delighted to have you with us,
where we make technology simple, thoughtful, and useful. For more insights and episodes, visit techlifewell.com.
Welcome to the Tech Life Well podcast with your hosts, Theo Hale and Aria Wells.
It is great to be here.
Today we're looking at something, it's a massive shift in the AI landscape. As of February 9, 2026, advertisements are now being tested inside ChatGPT in the US.
That's the headline. The switch has been flipped.
And this isn't just some, small UI update. This is a fundamental change to the business model of these tools we're all using every single day.
A huge change.
So just to set the stage right away so nobody panics, this currently affects logged-in adults on the free and go subscription plans.
Right.
So if you're a free user in the US, the era of that purely ad-free sort of academic chat interface is, it's basically over.
It's over. And OpenAI has been pretty clear that this move is designed to support free access. Their whole argument is they want to keep that free tier fast and reliable without, hurting the quality of the answers.
But the bigger context here, and this is what really gets me, is the partners they're bringing in right away. We're talking about companies like Target and Adobe. It just signals this huge shift away from AI as a conversation partner to what the industry is now calling shopping moments.
And agentic commerce. It really changes the whole texture of how we interact with these things.
We are definitely moving from a research tool to a transactional one.
No question.
So let's get into it. What does this actually mean for your daily use of AI? Let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the news drops February 9, 2026. OpenAI starts testing ads. You mentioned the free and go plans. I want to be crystal clear for everyone listening who pays for this. If I'm a Plus user, am I seeing ads?
No, not right now. If you're paying for those higher tiers, so Plus Pro, Business, Enterprise, even Education, you are excluded. You will not see ads during this test.
And what about younger users?
There's a safety filter for that too. Ads are not shown to users who are under 18. And importantly, they're also not shown to users who the model predicts are under 18.
Oh, based on how they use it.
Exactly, based on their usage patterns.
So it's strictly an adult free tier experiment for now, but we have to talk about the why. I think a lot of us sort of assumed AI would just be free forever, like how Google search felt free for so long.
Right, but we all know that old saying.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Exactly. And that is precisely the economic reality here. Providing free AI to hundreds of millions of people is it's incredibly expensive.
You're talking about the compute costs, right? The inference.
Yes, inference. The actual act of the AI thinking and writing the answer, it's not like a search engine just pulling up a list of links. That costs a tiny fraction of a cent.
Whereas asking ChatGPT to, write a poem or debug some code.
You're burning electricity. You're burning server capacity every single second it's typing. So OpenAI's stance is that ads are pretty much the only sustainable way to keep those free and go tiers fast and reliable.
So the trade-off is either ads or they have to make the free version dumber and slower.
That, or they just go bankrupt. Or, they put up a hard paywall and lock out everyone who can't afford $20 a month. This is their way to subsidize the tech for the masses.
Okay, the economics make sense, but let's talk about the user experience. I'm typing a prompt. Where do these things even show up? Are we talking about annoying pop-ups?
No, and that's a really important distinction. They've been clear on the design. The ads appear below the end of a response.
So I get my full answer first, and then the ad is just sitting there at the bottom.
Correct, and it's clearly labeled sponsored. It's visually separated from the real answer. Usually it's just a single ad unit.
That sounds manageable. But that brings me to the big fear, the conflict of interest. If Target is paying the bills, is ChatGPT going to start telling me the solution to all my problems is a trip to Target?
Is the AI biased now?
Yeah.
That is the big question. And this is where we have to talk about the core principle OpenAI is pushing, which is answer independence.
Answer independence. Okay.
This is the critical aha moment for this whole thing. Yeah. They state very explicitly that ads do not influence the answers the AI generates.
So the AI's brain and the AI's billboard are two different things.
Exactly. The ad system and the chat model run on completely separate systems. The best analogy is probably a magazine.
Okay.
You have an article written by a journalist, and right next to it, there's an ad. The advertiser bought the space, but they didn't get to write the article.
That's a good analogy. It's not product placement woven into the article?
That is the claim, yes.
Yeah.
Advertisers have zero ability to shape or rank or alter the actual text you get from ChatGPT.
I have to push back a little on that, though. I mean, we saw this movie with search engines years ago. It started with clear separation, but eventually the algorithms kind of shifted to favor stuff that was easy to monetize.
And that is the skeptical question we have to keep asking.
Yeah.
You're right. Technically, right now, they are separate stacks, but the incentive structure has changed.
How?
Well, if the model wants to show you a relevant ad, it benefits from you staying in conversations where ads are relevant.
Right. It's hard to sell me something if I'm asking about 18th century French philosophy. It's really easy if I'm asking about new sneakers.
Precisely. So while the text itself isn't altered, the whole ecosystem is now, nudged toward what we call commercial intent.
Okay, so how do they know what to show me? Let's say I'm asking for advice on something personal. Am I going to get a weirdly specific ad?
It works on a couple of levels. The default is contextual targeting. Meaning it's based only on the current chat thread. So if you're asking about dinner recipes,
I'll see an ad for a meal kit service.
Exactly. It's just matching the topic of the immediate conversation.
Okay, but does it know who I am? Does it? Remember I was asking about marathon training 3 weeks ago?
That depends on you. There's a toggle for personalized ads.
Yeah.
If you leave that on, which, let's be honest, is usually the default,
Right.
then yes, OpenAI will use your past chats, your memory, and your ad interactions to build a profile and target you.
And if I turn it off?
Then it's just the current context and some broad location data, like your city. They're very clear they don't use precise GPS.
Good to know. Now, privacy. This is the big one. Is Target reading my chats?
No. On paper, the privacy protections are actually quite strict. Advertisers do not get your chat history, your memories, or your name.
They just get numbers.
They just get aggregated reporting, views, and clicks. They know 5,000 people saw the ad, not that you saw it.
Okay.
However, and this is where it gets really interesting, there is a bit of a catch, a loop.
I knew it. There's always a catch.
If you dig into the US privacy policy, while advertisers don't see your chats, OpenAI may receive data back from the advertisers.
Wait, so the information flows the other way, from the store back to the chatbot?
Yes, for measurement. It's called a conversion loop. So you see an ad for shoes in ChatGPT, you click it, you go to the site, and you buy them. The advertiser can then tell OpenAI, hey, that user made a purchase.
To prove the ad worked.
Exactly. But now, OpenAI has a powerful new data point. They now know user 123 bought these shoes. This helps them prove their ads work, and it refines your ad profile inside their system.
So OpenAI learns what I buy to get better at selling me stuff, even if the brand itself never knows what I was chatting about.
That's it. It's a closed data loop. It's privacy from the brand, but not privacy from the platform.
That is a very, very nuanced distinction.
It is.
Okay, let's talk about the players here. You said Target and Adobe are jumping in with both feet. What is Target's strategy?
Target is fascinating. They see this as, and I'm quoting them, meeting guests in shopping moments.
It's a shopping moment. What does that even look like in a chat box?
Okay, so say you ask ChatGPT, what are some good countertop cooking appliances? The real answer might list microwaves, toasters, air fryers. But right below that, you might see a sponsored ad for a specific Ninja air fryer from Target.
And is it working? Are people actually clicking on these things?
Apparently, yes. Target claims that traffic from ChatGPT to their website is already growing 40% month over month.
40%. Wow, that is significant.
It's huge. They're using a term I really want to highlight, agentic commerce.
Agentic commerce. The AI is the agent.
Exactly. The idea isn't just that you see an ad, it's that the AI helps connect you to the products faster.
Yeah.
It's about reducing the friction between I want that and I just bought that.
That feels like a massive shift. What about Adobe? They're not selling air fryers.
No, but they are selling tools. So they're testing ads for things like Acrobat Studio and Adobe Firefly. They see these platforms as a new interface between customers and brands.
Right, because if you're already using an AI to help you create something, you are the perfect customer for Adobe's creative goals.
Precisely. The relevance is off the charts. If you're asking for help drafting a marketing campaign, seeing an ad for Adobe's Creative Suite is actually, kind of helpful.
So we have OpenAI going full steam ahead.
Yeah.
But not everyone's on board with this, right? I read something about Anthropic, their big competitor, taking a very different path.
You did. And this is creating a really stark philosophical divide in the industry right now. Anthropic, who makes Claude, put out a statement called Claude is a space to think.
I love that title, A Space to Think. It sounds so quiet.
And that is very deliberate. They have explicitly decided not to put ads in Claude.
Why not? I mean, they have the same server costs as OpenAI. Don't they want the revenue?
Their reasoning is that ads optimize for two things, time spent and transactions. And they argue that those incentives are in direct conflict with being a helpful assistant for, quote, deep work and difficult problems.
So if the AI is trying to sell me something, I can't really trust it to help me think clearly.
That's their whole argument. They use a great example discussing sleep issues. If you're talking to an AI about insomnia and it's being paid to sell you a pillow,
it's not going to help you figure out if you're just stressed or drinking too much caffeine.
Exactly. Anthropic is basically saying that once an AI has a commercial motive, you can't fully trust it as an impartial advisor. It's a salesperson.
So it feels like there's a choice forming for us, the users. Do you want a shopping assistant, which seems to be the direction for ChatGPT? Or do you want a thinking partner, which is what Claude wants to be?
That is a perfect way to frame it. And it raises a really big question about what we want these tools to be in our lives.
Okay, let's talk legal for a minute. Are there rules for this, or is it just the Wild West? Can they just disguise an ad as a helpful suggestion?
Well, not really. In the US, the FTC has pretty clear guidelines on what they call native advertising.
Native advertising, right. When an ad looks like the content around it.
Exactly. And the legal requirement is that the ad has to be distinguishable. You can't trick the user.
The deceptive door opener.
Right. So OpenAI's little sponsored label is their way of complying with this. They're trying to make it very clear what's the robot's brain and what's a paid placement.
And you mentioned this is US only for now. I'm guessing Europe is a different story.
A very different story, and likely why they're not testing it there yet. The EU has the AI Act and the Digital Services Act, the DSA.
What would they have to do differently there?
They need to be incredibly transparent about why a user is seeing a specific ad.
Yeah.
And the rules on profiling, especially for minors, are much, much stricter. The bar is just significantly higher.
So they're testing in the US because it's a safer regulatory sandbox?
Essentially, yes.
And speaking of safety, you said OpenAI is hiring for an ads integrity team.
They are. They're building a whole team for this. And they have a long list of exclusions. No ads on sensitive topics like health, politics, or mental health. And no ads for sensitive industries like dating or financial services.
So I'm not going to ask for relationship advice and then get an ad for a dating app.
Not right now, no. They are treading very, very carefully. They know that if people feel the model is preying on their vulnerabilities, the backlash would be just immense.
It sounds like they know trust is the real product here.
Trust is the currency. If they lose that, the whole model fails, no matter how much ad revenue they make.
Yeah. So looking ahead, I want to go back to that phrase you used, agentic commerce. I feel like that's a much bigger deal than just seeing an ad.
Let's connect the dots here.
If the goal is not just to show an ad, but to facilitate the transaction, are we heading toward a world where the AI isn't just an advisor, but it's the salesperson and the checkout counter all at once?
That is the big provocative thought. If the friction between I want this and I just bought this completely disappears because the AI handles it all for you, that changes our entire economy. It changes how we impulse buy. It changes how we make decisions.
It implies a future where you just say, hey, ChatGPT, buy me a good birthday gift for my mom, and it just does it based on who paid the most to be its partner then.
Exactly. And that is where that answer independence principle we talked about at the beginning gets really, really tested.
Right.
If the AI is also the checkout counter, can it truly be neutral about what it puts in the cart?
It definitely gives you something to think about the next time you see that little sponsored tag pop up in your chat. We're literally watching the business model of the next decade being built in real time.
Absolutely. It's the start of a whole new era for the internet economy.
We appreciate you listening. Follow the Tech Life Well podcast for future episodes and updates.